All clean and creep with me while you sing a punchline.
First and foremost, free the whole world, boss. I am your gracious host, Caspian Montgomery. Welcome, Gaza Nation, to another episode of the Vybz Kartel Show. Today, we will be explaining the brand new song, Badmind, to the patois illiterate, and I must tell you, if there's anyone who has to deal with haters and bad minds on an everyday basis, it is Vybz Kartel. Have you ever heard the saying, it gets lonely at the top? Well, he is on the top of the mountain and everyone is trying to throw rocks to get him down off of his throne. So this song, I can hear it in his voice, it means a lot to him. So without further ado, teacher, please begin.
Them a know nobody and I go on like them a somebody. Come on, ask can't win derby, you think like cabbage.
Adi the Innocent begins the first verse by going directly after the Badmind people, and he says, these people are nobodies, but they are acting like they are somebodies. And I personally know tons of people on social media and in real life that pretend to live an entire lifestyle that they actually do not. And I can never understand why they do this. And then he says, commoners cannot win a derby. So he's speaking about horse races, but he's speaking about life in general. And a commoner is someone that is not a king. They do not have rank. They are not noble. So all the people that just live their everyday life, strive to do nothing, sit and watch other people who are working hard and get very jealous and talk about them behind their backs. You're never going to win a race because you're spending all your time watching the people actually racing. And then he says, these people, they stink like cabbage. And cabbage, I must tell you, when I was growing up, my mother did cook some cabbage before, and I smelt it and I held my nose. I said, Mother, I will never eat what you are cooking because it stinks.
Man, well figure was in the street where you never pickpocket. All be badness, one done, anyway we do the damage.
Our great Gaza leader then lets us know when he was living the street life, he was vigorous in the streets. He was not a pickpocket. He never was a pickpocket. So he is saying that he was a respectable gangster. He wasn't just some man mugging old women in the streets and running off with their purses. He was a respectable gentleman gangster like the Jewish and the Italian mafia members. And then he says Bulby badness, and I had to look this up, and that is Donovan Bulby Bennett, and apparently he was a top shotter from Spanish Town, Jamaica. And then he says, anywhere we go, we do damage. So if a bad mind tries to step to the boss of all bosses one dawn, he will get dealt with properly.
Them boy they average, dirty heart me no know them manage. When them say them rate you, watch your eye dog, watch your body language.
Mr. Palmer, again speaking about the bad mind and the what we call haters. He says these people are just average. There's nothing special about these people. And then he says they have dirty hearts, and he doesn't know how they manage. So he can't even understand a person with this type of mentality, a person with a dirty heart, a person that just literally lives their life to bring down other people. He just can't fathom it. It's not in his DNA. And then he says, so when these people say that they rate you, when they say they are your friend, they have respect for you, watch their eyes and watch their body language, because eye movement and body language can be very telling. So if you pay attention to that, you can find out that they really are not on your side. Very important life lessons for everyone to know right here in these lines.
Them just come round for your special. Or a Guinness and a spliff or a sandwich. Me no beg friend plus a pussy them. Suck your mother with a straw, your crutches.
One Dawn then says that these haters, these Badmind people, they only come around for a special. And I do not know if a special is something in Jamaica, but I'm guessing that a special is a favor. They just come around when they want something, or a Guinness and a spliff. They only come by to smoke your marijuana and drink up your drinks, or come by to eat a sandwich, to come get fed because they are hungry bellies. But I just... there's so many people like this on earth. So he says he does not beg for friends, which he should never have to. None of us should. You should never need to beg for a friend. It should come naturally. And then he says, plus, these Badmind people, they are walking vaginas. And then he says, my favorite line, it's very famous in Jamaica when to say, suck your mother. To a hater. So he says, he takes it one step further. He says, suck your mother with a straw. So he's literally saying, get into your mother's vagina hole with a straw and suck it out. And that is just very mean. So he is very angry at the haters. And then he says, you are crotches. So you are just... walking females. You are not even real men. And with that last line, we have reached the glorious chorus.
Oh, your bad mind, son. Glasses, boy, oh, your bad mind, son. Are your friend, them, too? Gary News, boy, where the fuck do you know? Can't live like me, live no day. Make money straight and that make you vex. Come around with a smile on your face. Crocodile dinner, you me see them a bed.
This chorus was produced by Shabdon Records, and he is an up-and-coming producer that is already a legend. He is literally making his name in dancehall very quickly, and I also see that he supports vloggers, so big up yourself, Shabdon. You have a lovely career ahead of you, and the video was produced by one of my favorite women in Jamaica, Bling Blang. She is so talented, and I've covered many of her videos before. She is just an amazing director and screenwriter. She just has so much talent, and this beat is just very dark, very ominous, and it goes it perfectly. It meshes with the point of this story, the lyrics, and Kartel's voice. They just, sonically, it is amazing. So Vybz Kartel begins by asking the question, why are you a Badmind? Why are you a hater? And then he says, crosses, boy, how you Badmind. So because your life is misfortunate, why are you such a Badmind? Turn it around. Go work hard. Do not hate the next man because the next man is successful, because you do not know what this man has gone through to become successful. And then he says, even all your friends, they are also Badminds. They are carry newsboys, so they are chatty boys. They run around and they gossip just like women do. And then he says, why are you like this? It's just it's not comprehensible to the boss, because he just doesn't live like this. And then he says, you will never live like me. Remember that. He makes money every single day, even in his current situation. He just continues to hustle to make money, and that is the reason why you hate Vybz Kartel? Is this the reason? Because he is doing better in life, taking care of his family, busting most artists in Jamaica, giving so many people opportunity, and because you're not one of them, and you didn't get yourself put in a position to become one of them. You are angry at Vybz Kartel. This makes no sense. And he says, you come around with a smile upon your face, but that is a lie. We all know that you mean harm to the boss. You are just a bad mind. He can tell by your body language. And then he says, you are crocodile dinner. Yes, he sees it. You are bait. And what do crocodiles eat? They eat fish for dinner. So you are crocodile bait. And we all know what fish means in Jamaica. So he is just dissing up the Badminds during this whole chorus. And this chorus is simply amazing, wonderful work to everyone involved on this song.
Them a real fifth enemies. Spread a bag of rumor, bag of shit. Uno one no man, uno is a bitch. One bag of craft, uno is a witch.
The King of Dancehall begins the second and final verse by making us go straight to Google, straight to the dictionaries, because he is a genius to find out what he's saying. And he says that these Badmind haters, they are fifth columnists. So these are people who from within a larger group try to take it down. They are like you know, when a private detective gets wired up and joins the mafia and takes the whole operation down, and I just detest people like this. And then he says they spread tons of lies, tons of rumors about the group, which are not true. It's truly disgusting that a human could even function like that. And then he says, you are not a real man. You are a female dog. And we all know that jealousy is a female trait. So if you are jealous and you are a bad mind, you are really acting just like a female. You're not a real man. And then he says, you just have tons of crafts. So you are a witch and witchcraft. So you literally are performing witchcraft. You are like an obeah. You are trying to take people down. You are praying and doing everything in your power to try to take a man or a crew or a group down. You are the worst type of human being on earth. You're even worse than an enemy, because at least an enemy makes themselves known.
Old man Pala, watch them a lap fracty like gal pancana. They phone a
Get two of them, and we will understand the girl King come up.
The boss of all bosses then says to this Badmind, you are just like an old Malpala. And I hope I am saying that right, but that is apparently a man who is half man, half woman. And then he says, watch them lock frock tail like a girl on the corner. So I believe he's saying a frock is a dress, and frock tail would probably be a long dress. So I'm believing it is a prostitute on the corner he is talking about. And also, this is just in my mind, correct me if I am wrong, I think he is saying that you can watch these men have their snake side will show, so they'll have a snake tail and it looks just like a woman with a nice long dress that is hanging out on the corner. You are just the dirtiest of humans that there can ever be. And then he says, you get on the phone and you talk to the other side. You are giving out personal details and business, and then you're on the phone talking to the enemies, giving up information that is very important. You are talking to people that you shouldn't be talking to. You are talking to people who want to bring harm to the Gaza. And you are, again, you are detestable. I despise any human who is like that. Loyalty is not a word, it is a lifestyle.
all over the world, me got gal. To be myself, me natural. Me rich, me hype, me well bad. Son of boy can't impress me.
Our great Gaza leader then reminds us that he is not only powerful in Jamaica, he has Gaza members across this globe. That is a true statement. There's so many people that will go to war for Vybz Kartel all over this earth. And then he says, and he did this. He achieved this feat by being himself, just being natural, just being Vybz Kartel. So it is not forced, and that is why he gets all the love that he does. And then he says he is rich, and we all know that he is rich, and he's hype, he has all the clout, he is very well respected in music and in the streets, and he is well bad. We all know Vybz Kartel is just an all-around respectable man, and that is why I have a show about him. That is why he is cherished in Africa. That is why people respect this man so much. And then he says, so no person can impress him. He's seen it all. He's lived 30 lives. We live a boring life compared to Vybz Kartel. He is just someone to look up to. He is just a man who's achieved so much in his lifetime. And with that last line, we have reached the end of another Vybz Kartel masterpiece. Gaza Nation, as always, thank you so much for your support. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, because that is how we grow this channel. That is what feeds the YouTube algorithm and puts this video in front of more people's eyes. And I know Gaza Nation is much larger than the 7,000 subscribers we currently have, but I am very grateful for all 7,000 of you, and I hope we continue to grow. So until we meet again, it is Gaza, me say, forever.
And even a girl man up front tail like Uno. Spit pan a day, me gon' know a waste boy like Uno. Badmind, wickedest, disease when you coulda find. All clean, all creep, when me want you fi sing a punchline.